All right, hey everybody, we are live, and we are in Access Football 23 for the very first time. Brand new release today on PS5. It's been out for a little bit longer on PC and Xbox, but this is the first day that Access Football is available on I think PS anything. I don't know about PS4, but certainly PS5. It's also the first time I've ever even touched this game or gone through this game and done anything with it, and kind of dabble with it a little bit today after work. But this is really kind of the first time I'm jumping in and doing really anything with it. We're going to be doing some other videos here with Access Football, really featuring this year. I didn't buy Madden, and so if you're looking for a channel that's kind of, I don't want to say an anti-Madden channel. I've bought Madden for years and years before, but maybe a channel looking to do something a little bit different, help promote some games that are doing certainly some things different and in a lot of ways a lot better than Madden. Do subscribe to the channel, please. That would be, again, a really, really good way just to kind of keep this momentum going for the game and the developers and to get future games like this, right? So, boy, there's a lot to get to. I don't have a script. We're just kind of winging this a little bit. Again, sorry for the late stream today. Just had a lot of stuff going on. Was watching the Pistons and Red Wings earlier, kind of in the background. Both played terrible today, but that's okay. So, oh my gosh, right? I mean, I love that right off the bat here. Like, franchise mode is the very, very first tab. Of course, we can do some gameplay. They have an editing suite, which is pretty cool in regards to, again, editing the existing teams and that sort of thing. I mean, they look pretty decent, actually. So pretty cool there. And again, there's 36 teams right out the gate, and you can actually start a league with 36 different teams, right? So pretty cool. The settings we'll get to in a little bit. They're really straightforward, which I really, really like. But I really want to kind of talk about the franchise mode a little bit, and then we'll get into some gameplay. And so, I can tell you just kind of going through, luckily there's not a whole ton here. I haven't messed with any of this stuff. I've kind of played a couple games so far. The only thing I kind of was messing around with a little bit is an aimed passing system versus an icon. Aimed is tough. I mean, it's just the learning curve is, I guess, steep is what I should say. We will dabble with that a little bit, but I'm kind of went back to icon for now just to kind of see. But again, there's a lot here that we can adjust. Everything else I'm leaving at default. I think the only thing I'm even adjusting in gameplay right now is just going from 5-minute played quarters up to 10. And then we'll kind of tinker from there. But, I think the franchise mode is really, really, really neat. Let's delete this because I was just doing a test earlier. And we're going to just start a new franchise, and I'll kind of show you what it looks like here. Because I think if you're getting into this game, this is taking a long time here for some reason. There we go. If you're getting into this game, it's probably because Madden's gotten a little bit stale, or maybe you're looking to play both. The game, and we'll talk more about this as gameplay, the game feels most like NFL 2K5 to me. And it actually, you'll see why in a little bit, it actually sounds a lot like NFL 2K5 as well. So if you're kind of into that, this could be a really, really intriguing game. As we jump into the franchise mode here, right? There's a couple things we can do. First, we can pick a team, and you can almost ignore the player roster because there's an option that can just fictionalize the rosters beyond kind of the default roster. So it's very similar to how you start a season, say, in Super Mega Baseball, where you have the default roster. So if you're following this game on, say, Reddit or something, and people are kind of throwing out their favorite players, you'd want to use that default. I will eventually do that, but I think for my first franchise, I'm going to be randomizing the rosters a little bit. And they just give you some basic info, offense and defense that each of these teams run. And I don't know if it has all... Yeah, it has all 36 teams. There's some Canadian teams. Mexico City's in here too, which is pretty cool. And you'll see a lot of teams kind of resemble maybe their NFL counterparts. You can see the color scheme there with Seattle, and San Francisco's got the same color scheme. Pittsburgh, even their stadium looks the same. The Philadelphia Express looks like Purdue. I like this Orlando Rocket logo. They're the team I was kind of messing with a little bit. So let's pick them. Why not? We're going to go with Orlando here. Now, what's cool is you have two different league configurations. You have kind of your NFL style, 32 teams with 2 conferences, 4 divisions, and so on. And you also have a tiered system. So it's something similar like what you see in FIFA or Football Manager, where you'd actually start with 3 tiers. And this was pretty neat. I was doing some testing with this earlier, and it's neat because you can actually do like what I was curious like how the draft would work, because I'm like, well, what if you're like an 0-16 team? By the way, there's 16 games in a season with this game, which I think is cool. What if you're like an 0-16 team in the first tier? Like, obviously you're going to get relegated, but what pick do you have in the draft? And from what I saw, the draft actually goes in the order of the tiers. So like the best team, the team that wins tier 3 and gets promoted, would still pick above all of the teams in tier 2 and tier 3. So you figure each tier's got 12 teams. And so if you're the worst team in tier 1, you go 0-16, you have basically, what is that, the 24th pick or something, or 25th pick or something like that. Again, 36 teams here in the tiered one. So because that's neat, let's go ahead and do that. We're going to randomize the rosters. We will use unlimited funds. Sorry, we will not use. We'll keep that off. And random tier placement, I guess off, because I think it'll kind of sort it based on the quality of the team there, which I guess would make the most sense. So again, I love how simple this is. Like, there's not 75 menus. There's not main screen menus. There's not, I mean, even NBA 2K has just got like layers and layers of stuff you can adjust, and it just gets a little bit overwhelming, right? So let's see where Orlando got slotted here. Looks like we're not in the first tier. And we're not in the second tier. And this is different, by the way, because the last time I did this, they put Detroit in the third tier. So again, I think based on the randomized rosters, it must kind of read that as soon as you randomize those. So we are in the third tier. So for all of you rebuild aficionados and fans of the rebuild, this will be a good one for you. So yeah, that's it. And if you wanted to replace one of these teams, you can do that. There's a 37th team, just because I was kind of messing around with creating a team, and I haven't found a way to delete a team that you mess with. And I have read online, be very careful if you edit these teams. There's like no undo. So I'm not going to touch these teams, but we're going to start the franchise. And again, really, really streamlined as we start going through and, just kind of working your way through your season. It's pretty streamlined, and we'll look at what the off-season does. We're just going to do a really, really quick sim, and then we'll get into some play time and actually kind of see the gameplay and whatnot. But here you can see, there's free agency that's happening, trade blocks. You can already start scouting, which is something you can get going really right away. There's a team draft guide, right? So like if we load up the team draft, so like without scouting any of these guys, the top player, or at least the top quarterback's pretty good. Jamie Warner, 6'1", 235. I've noticed like there's no colleges listed. Like you don't even get like a player profile that I saw, at least with these guys. And so that's a little bit of it's not a bummer. I get like you can't just license these, but I mean, even if it was like a regional thing, but either way, they don't have colleges in there. But you have a pretty good quarterback, it looks like. That's a pretty good arm. And I've noticed, too, when I scroll over, like, the sorting, like, I can't sort how I want. Like, I want Jamie Warner to stay at the top. Like, I want to be able to lock this. And it always just sorts by the highest, which is useful. But, again, sometimes I want to actually see some different stuff. And you can see Jamie Warner probably has the best overall arm in the draft class so far, at least it seems. And again, just sorting by speed. We don't have any like crazy blazers, but a 6'3", 204 running back, Anthony Leonard there, pretty cool. And again, it's a quick and easy way. Look at this guy, Dane McGee, A+, A+ speed, A+ awareness, A+ endurance, A+ agility. Oh my goodness! But he's only 5'9". I don't care. I'd still take that guy number 1 so far. He looks ridiculous. Really good tight end there, Trenton Lacey, but very undersized. 5'10". He's more like a fullback. So again, maybe you can use this guy as kind of like a hybrid back, tight end fullback kind of a player. Be curious to see where a guy like that goes. You got some really good linemen here. Ooh, another guy worth picking. Again, a little undersized, Kendrick Sanchez. And I noticed like it's just right? They don't have centers or guards. You can kind of put this guy wherever. I mean, this guy looks to me like a center. I love the A+ awareness at a center, A+ blocking, picking up those blitzes over the middle, good agility for maybe some pulling blocks and so on. So, but again, where do you pick a center in the draft? This guy's 6'7", 289. Again, a little undersized. But again, college players, so maybe they will get bigger. Here's 6'2", 311. He's more of a, again, could be a guard, could be really just about anywhere on the line. D'Angelo Walker. So pretty cool. I like these, and these will change a lot. This is not like Madden. We're like, ooh, we just unlocked his awareness. It's an A+. Like, there's a lot of Fog of War here, which I think is really, really cool. Let's see. Oh, sorry, linebackers. 5'9", 214. Again, that's more like a safety. So that's going to be a pretty quick linebacker, I would guess. Beast speed. Is he the fastest one? Yeah, he's up there. So Desmond Gibbs, again, kind of like a utility defender there, kind of like the Jabril Peppers or something like that, but again, even smaller than he is. Defensive back, Carl Allen, 6'4", 180. Where do you put this guy? A+ awareness, A+ coverage. I mean, he'd be a hell of a free safety. They don't have acceleration, which is something I always like to look closely at with a cornerback. But I mean, at the very least, this guy would be just a dominant safety at 6'4", and maybe hold his own at corner. Again, it's always, in real life, it's a little tricky with being 6'4". I mean, your shiftiness is a little compromised, I guess you could say. Kickers, punters, that kind of thing. So, yeah, there's no overall area, but again, that shows you it. Your team guide, again, if you flip through, I really like their menus. They're really clean. They're easy to navigate. I've never felt lost with this game. So as I scroll through here, right, it kind of just shows you like your biggest areas of need. Truthfully, I wish they would kind of take punters and kickers off of this list, because every time I've kind of looked at this screen so far, it's always been punter and kicker is like the best available upgrade. And sure, that's not false, but it's also like a little bit irrelevant at times. Maybe if the kicker is just completely ridiculously good or something, but you know, really, I would probably start this here. Like you can see that Kendrick Sanchez we're looking at, huge upgrade for our offensive line. That's hard to say. Best available, then it can slot by. So again, that receiver, not a huge surprise there. It's showing a current starter at quarterback, which is interesting. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. The offensive lineman matchup, you can see Dane McGee is that receiver we looked at, but then Dustin White is a quarterback, so not sure what to make of that. The D-line matchup, I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's just something I'm not understanding, but so again, pretty cool. Team summary, again, this would just be kind of like where your draft picks are actually made, or shown, I guess you could say. And then when you actually get to the draft, you can, you know, jump into the live drafts. Very cool. Very, very seamless draft. Practice strategies are things you can go in. I haven't messed with this yet, but again, you have a few different options here that you can do that all have kind of their pros and cons. Let's see. Yeah, so it affects development, it says. Injury chance, team morale, coach badge gains. Okay, that's cool. I thought there were like numbers next to... Anyway, I feel like something disappeared there. Coaching stats, I haven't looked at this yet. This is the first time I'm seeing this screen. We have Jace Evans here, the head coach. You have your years remaining on this contract, attributes, some basic info. Doesn't look like this coach has any badges. But I like that it's actually generated some history here. He's got 3 years left on his contract, but he has a playoff record of 18-8, a career record of 275. I wonder if the players have history like that. I haven't checked. That's actually really cool. So let's see, where do we go to our team here? Front office, maybe? Facilities? Like, where do we see personnel, you'd think, right? Practice squad. I guess depth chart would make sense, right? So let's see, I can select him, but I don't think there's a way to like look at, like, I'm trying all kinds of buttons here. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can see like a player card, but maybe it's like Madden and you can see it on a different screen. So if I select, okay, so here we can see a little bit here, career stats. Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't look like it generates. This guy's 24, so I'm assuming he's played before. Let's check our actual starter here. Or the guy they were showing as our starter, Dustin White. So, career stats. Yeah, so it doesn't generate career stats. That would be really cool if it did. And they do it for the coaches, so kind of interesting there. Again, that'd be a suggestion that I have, would be to again, just kind of offer that option to generate some stats. I really like that they generated it for the coaches. It's neat. And it would be even cooler if they actually had it like line up, right? It wasn't just completely random. Like if you had a quarterback who's only, say his record's 10-60 or something terrible, but then the head coach has like a record of like 120 and they've been on the same team for 3 years, like obviously that would look crazy, right? So to me, it's like just set up where like it just really quickly simulates, I don't know, 50 years of history or something in the background as you create a league, and then it just kind of spits you out in that 51st year that you call 2022. But you have a practice squad, 15 spots, so actually pretty accurate as far as the NFL, which I think currently is 16 right now. I don't know if this is an injured reserve at all, or if it's just injuries in general. I think one thing that could probably use some work a little bit is the way free agency works. And we'll see this a little bit more, but like free agency right now, like you'll notice there's some pretty good players that are sitting here if I scroll through. So like you have this guy, he's a defensive back, Wayne Robertson, A+. Like this guy's probably one of the best DBs in the league, right? Even at age 30. It kind of reminds me of like a Darius Slay or something, right? A guy who can just still ball into his 30s, and here he is sitting there as a free agent. Okay, and that's fine, right? When I click on him, you can see that Green Bay and Carolina are interested in him, but he will sit there as a free agent unless you act. And the way that I've seen that you can act is like, so first off, if I want this guy, what I was being told on the Access forum, or sorry, on their Discord, one of the users there was really helpful answering some questions I had. But they were saying that like the only way he will sign is if I attempt to sign him. And you get one shot. So, of course, if I want him, I need to give him like a legitimate offer that I'm happy with. But if I don't, I think, and I'd have to do this really, really slowly, like what I have to do is like offer him something terrible, like a 1-year deal for like, $500,000. So I'd have to scroll all the way down. I'm not going to do this here, but you scroll all the way down and then offer it. Let's just go to like 10 million and see if he'll take that. But he should hopefully decline this, and if he declines my offer, he will probably go with Green Bay or Carolina. So let's see where Wayne Robertson ends up. So we click it. Okay, he's signed with Green Bay. You can see at the top of the screen there in red. That'll disappear in a second. So that's cool. So that at least works. But I think what I'm going to do when I start a season is like any player that's like higher than say like they're a B- or a B, whatever I decide, I will go through and just do this. I'll first decide like, well, do I want this guy? Am I interested in him? And if not, then okay, then I'm going to just, again, kicker. There's a couple teams interested. Green Bay and Carolina apparently want everybody. I could go in, here's quarterback, it's Baltimore and Montreal this time. So, I would go in and just offer them something really low-ballish to get them on a roster at least. And then just kind of leave like the C pluses, because there's good free agents that sit out in the NFL all the time, and you're going to need players for injuries and that sort of thing. So trading I haven't really looked at, but again, it looks straightforward, just kind of taking a quick glance at it. Team morale I know is pretty tied into, it shows you right there, right? It's tied into quite a few things in this game. And I like that it's just right there for you to see. Like, and I'm torn on something like this, right? Because like I like that, like here it is, first time I remember playing this game, I can clearly see, it's kind of like what the instruction manual, if you were old enough to play video games, that used to come with like an instruction manual in the actual, the actual cartridge, right? It came with the disc or whatever. It's always nice to have that sort of thing. And of course, we haven't had those for decades. But for a new game, this is kind of nice to see this stuff spelled out. I kind of like more of this stuff hidden in a game like Madden, or like NHL does a really good job of that. To me, like the more fog of war options that we have, the better. Where I like a game like Out of the Park Baseball leaves a lot of mystery. And it just keeps the game fresh. But anyway, point being, this is helpful. Shows you how morale can be impacted. Again, very realistic. What else here? I think we saw most things here. Facilities. Yeah, you can go through and just upgrade. And again, these are just kind of, under the hood things that you can do if you want to upgrade vendors or restrooms. They will take away from your funds, but of course it will, enhance the overall experience. You can add weight rooms and pool rooms, but something like a pool room's $40 million. That's like almost my whole remaining budget. And of course, there's pros and cons to all these different things. The con being that it's going to cost a lot of money. The pro being that, it's going to help your team a lot, right? So yeah, pretty cool there. Lots of really cool stuff. I want to show you kind of what the season looks like as we simulate through it. And we're just going to go really, really quick. By the way, the tiered system, right? So here it is. We're in Tier 3. There's 12 teams. And Tier 2 is going to have 12 teams. And Tier 1 is going to have 12 teams. One team from Tier 1 gets demoted. one team from tier 2 gets demoted. And then I mean, I guess it's just one team, the champion gets promoted from that particular tier. And so as far as the playoffs go, like there's like 3 individual playoffs. Like you never have tier 3 playing against tier 2 or tier 1. It's kind of like it's kind of like conferences almost in college football. You have a much smaller league, so that to me is like kind of one of the trade-offs for doing the tiered system, is that you're gonna play a lot of the same teams pretty regularly. It'll be more of like kind of like a college football schedule. But anyway, 4 teams make the playoffs in tier 3, but then it expands tremendously. 8 of the 12 teams make it in tier 1 and tier 2, and so I don't know, like, I like this setup a lot, but I could see myself maybe using more of the NFL setup. I like that all the teams are in one league. I like that the draft order is all kind of tied into the standings throughout the whole league, not just the tiers. I don't love that like 8 of the 12 teams make the playoffs. Like that's like a participation award in my book. I almost would still kind of just keep that as 4 in each league, or maybe even like 5 or 6 with a bye or something. Or just give us the option maybe to adjust that. But you can see that's how the playoffs would look here for each tier. So yeah, interesting. And then there's the schedule. So you'll see you play some teams twice. But they're all going to be tier teams. So you play 15 games. You're going to play, I'm guessing, all 11 teams, and then 5 more games you'll play 2 teams twice. Like we're playing Winnipeg twice, and they're both at Winnipeg, so that's interesting. So maybe there's an argument there that the schedule could use a little tweaking there with a patch. San Francisco, home and home, like that home and homes makes sense, right? And again, I think All-Star Baseball, or not All-Star Baseball, what am I saying? Super Mega Baseball does a better job, in my opinion. Their schedule generation, it is phenomenal. It's crazy. Any sort of concocted schedule setup that you can come up with in Super Mega Baseball, as an example, it will balance it out really nice and very intelligently. And this is pretty close. And again, this is something that I would assume they could probably patch up okay. So yeah, let's simulate games. By the way, you can spectate games. I mean, this is so easy, right? This is so nice how they put this right in front of you. And like, you don't have to go on Operation Sports and ask 15 people, like, how do you do coach mode? And how does Madden let you do this? Or what camera angle? It's just all right here. What do you want to do? We are going to play some games, but for now, I want to just rip through a season really, really, really quick. So we'll stop at week 1 and just kind of show you some of the stuff happening. You have your award winners here. 2 sacks for that guy who plays for fake Purdue. Barnett, 23 rushes, 93 yards, 3 touchdowns. Very nice game for him. Our Orlando team lost, by the way, in week 1. Our team morale went down a little bit, but our funds went way up because, of course, we're making money, and I'm assuming we were at home that game. So let's see, on this screen, of course, you can look at stats. So again, just looking, I mean, the stats look pretty good to me. There's nothing here that, like, I was like, oh, this is clearly broken. I mean, there was nothing like that. Offense and defense rankings. I just love that, like, everything's just like so easy to find, and it's clean, it's streamlined. Even like the player pictures look good. And again, like, this isn't Madden. You're not going to get this game because like you want to be blown away and you want something that's going to outdo Madden graphics, and I don't think anyone's expecting that. So let's see. I didn't even really show you how the actual like draft prep goes, right? So let's see, where do we do this here? There's a scouting. Oh yeah, in scouting. So you can see we have 8 points, and I actually really like how they set this up. So it says scouts in the middle left there underneath B+. It says scouts earn 1 point per week, but you can only have a max of 3. So like you can just kind of sit here like we did for a week and accumulate points. So like all of our scouts now, our West Scout, our Central Scout, our Southeast Scout, and our Northeast Scout, they can all accumulate points. So collectively, we have 8 points to spend, and it's very, very simple. But basically, if I wanted to, scout this defensive lineman or whatever, I click him, and well, that's what it's going to do. So, but let's go. We haven't even looked at our roster yet, but let's just keep these, right? So let's just do quarterback, defensive line, and wide receiver. It's pulling these up, and this is kind of the first place where you can see positions being kind of blended together. You can also, for a small price, not real money, luckily, but you can actually unlock the National Scouting Report. And it says the National Scouting Report is a yearly table showing the quality of players in each region. It is useful for identifying which positions to scout in different regions. And so, heck, it's not too expensive when you look at our budget. Let's buy that. And for better or worse, this is what it shows. It's not a lot. It's not going to knock your socks off, but I could definitely, like, when I first saw this screen, two things came to mind. I was like, oh, that's underwhelming, if I'm being honest. But then immediately I was like, oh my gosh, but this could be really, really cool, right? And this is an area that they could definitely expand on and do some different things. So Dade County just chimed in. Hey bud, he says this is actually fun. I'm doing CPU versus CPU. I watch all 32 teams play out. That is awesome. Dade, can you watch like a broadcast view? I haven't messed with like any of the visuals. I don't know if there's like a broadcast camera or anything like that, but that's actually pretty neat. I'm gonna need to play these. Like, I'm missing playing a football game bad. Like, I haven't bought Madden. I did it, guys. I held out. I have not bought it. I will probably play it at some point, but gosh, the stuff I'm reading on franchises is just ridiculous. This game's franchise, I mean, I'm sorry, this game's franchise is in a far better position. It just is. And it just is not sugarcoating. They are not paying me anything. I'm not endorsed by them. You know, for full transparency, they gave me a copy of the game, but there's no strings attached, right? This is just me trying to promote this game because I think it's good. I think it's fun. And I think it's going to be my alternative to Madden. I can tell you this right now. And I've done all the 2K, you know, the revamped 2K, whatever they call it, 2K22 or whatever, 23, which is really cool. I've done the college football revamp stuff, which is great. But like, I just like that this is just like, it's already here. It's in a nice package. I actually kind of like that it's all fictional. I don't have to sit around and wait for like the perfect college roster for 2 months. Like, I don't care. I just want to play. I don't care who Brendan Henderson is. Let's go. Let's draft this guy who is a 5'10", 289 defensive lineman. Something I've always kind of seen, like some of these like indie games, they're so close. Like, they just need to kind of like narrow down their spectrum of like player sizing. And it's funny because earlier it was going to be one of my high points. Like, when I was looking through, I was like, actually, these are pretty good. Like, here's Alec Barnes. We've had quarterbacks who are 5'10". I mean, you know, Drew Brees is 5'11", and I think Russell Wilson is around the same. But like, there's a lot. Like, now this is a good size, right? Defensive lineman, 6'4", 315. But like, they need to kind of narrow the scope down. And what I was saying a second ago is, like, earlier it didn't look this bad. So this could just be just dumb luck. For this stream here, we generated a class. It's just the sizes are a little bit wonky because I did like 2 of these earlier and just really quickly, like for 10-15 minutes, looked around and they looked pretty good. So again, I'm not going to like harp on this too much. And it happens. I mean, Aaron Donald's kind of a strange size defensive lineman technically, right? You know, there's a lot of players in the NFL who they don't, I guess, fit that prototypical mold. And on the contrary, there's a lot of prototypical players coming out of the college draft who are like, can't miss guys. He's got this great size, and they bust, right? It doesn't always work that way. So don't get too obsessed, I guess, over things like that. So anyway, so let's scout a couple guys that I can show you. Let's just assume we want a quarterback here, right? So Alec Barnes is in this region. Let's find... Yeah, there he is. I want to scout this Jamie Warner because we were looking at him earlier. Gosh, I wish they had college, but I guess you could just kind of make up. It'd be cool if they just let you like generate. I'm trying to think how I would do this, like without licensing. How would you? Because I also don't want to go through and like type in 130 colleges and like, I don't know. That just sounds terrible. What this game definitely needs, like many games like this, kind of like you can do in like the Steam Workshop, is they need a, like what 2K Share is able to do, right? But that's a lot of server space, that's a lot of extra money, and we're talking different budgets here, obviously. What's up, Hushroom? So let's scout Warner. Now, again, it's a little bit underwhelming. First time I did it, I was kind of like, wait, what just happened? So when I hit X, we scouted him. And that's it. So he has now gone up to like twice as much scouting almost. You can see we've used 1 point on him. But he's gone down. I think, what was he? Was he a B plus or was he an A? I think he might have been an A. So I love that, like, it dropped a lot. It's not like Madden where like there's a couple points. Like, there's some mystery, and you're not going to get to scout all of these players. So I love that there's a challenge here of like, all right, well, are we still in on Jamie Warner or are we out? you know, what kind of we're not looking for like a backup or a guy we're going to pick in the second round. Like if we're talking football philosophy, I'm a believer, like if you're not picking a quarterback in like the top 5, don't waste your time. Very, very rarely, maybe top 15, certainly out of the first round, don't waste your time. There are exceptions, of course. Patrick Mahomes, I think, was picked 10th, right? There are exceptions, you know, Tom Brady, everyone knows that story. But, I mean, realistically, if you look at the history of quarterbacks, and I don't know if Access Football is going to mirror this exactly, there just aren't many quarterbacks that make it. And again, you can throw out names like Drew Brees, second-round draft pick. Those are exceptions. Those are not the rule, right? So, anyway, but, like, I come back to the point of, like, Jamie Warner. Are you out on this guy if he's a B? B's not bad. But I don't know, right? I mean, who's the next highest quarterback? We got B, a little bit better scouted. We got to do this McGee guy. He looks ridiculous. To me, like, I like to start, especially because we're 0-1 already, I like to just kind of start from the top, right? We have to scout this guy, even though he's 5'9", 212. This guy is just a chunk, man. 5'9", 212 with A+ speed. I wonder if their size will change as you scout them. Let's see. No, his size didn't change. So he is still in the A range. It's pretty impressive. This guy is just like a bowling ball. I want to put him at running back. 5'9", 212. That is amazing. Let's look around at some others. We have this Kendrick Sanchez, who at the very least could be maybe an undersized guard or a center. Ooh, he stays at A+. Very nice. How about D'Angelo Walker? A guy who's got good size. Certainly on the interior line there, like a little bit longer there on the ends. So he drops pretty big down to B there. This is just cool, and I think what's most cool about it for me is like it's not Madden. It's just something different. Speaking of football philosophy, I'm not big on drafting running backs high at all. If I'm drafting a running back, the earliest, maybe the 3rd round. Again, unless there's just a can't miss Hall of Famer sitting there like Adrian Peterson or something like that. I don't think this is going to be him, but because we're just testing things out, let's scout him and see. I want to see a guy go up. So far, we've only seen guys go down. And again, we're scouting high-end guys, so certainly the probability of them going up is far less than going down. Brendan Henderson, ooh, he dropped massively. So you have like busts in this game. And I think what I like about it is like you don't have it like thrown in your face like an NCAA 14 where it's like bust or diamond and they have this weird label. Like it's just, this is what he is. He's a C. We scouted him as a C. What I'm curious is, what are other teams seeing him as? Like what are the CPU teams seeing? Are they seeing him as a B+ unless they use a scout point? You know, like what's happening there in the background? I don't think there's like 36 team control in this game or anything like that. So let's see. This scout's out of points. He's out of points. Eric Abbott's got another point. Let's finish off McGee. I mean, this guy's just too good. So he's back up to A+. So it went back up. That is pretty cool. That is very, very cool. So we have just the 1 point left now. Let's look for something unique here. Oh, what do we want to do? I want to stay in like the C+ range. This guy looks like a freak. 6'7", 319. Okay, I'm gonna watch the size and see if it changes. Yeah, so I don't think the sizes change. That would be, I don't know. I guess that's pretty. It's not like this is like the 1950s where you show up to the camera. It's like, oh, wait a second, we found out he's actually 6'2". With the internet and stuff now, I mean, it's gonna be unlikely. So anyway, we've done all our scouting. There's lots of other stuff we can do here. Checking the chat, I see a couple things here. Hushroom said he caved and bought Madden upon release. Well, that's not caving if you bought it upon release. I mean, that's when everyone almost buys it. That was the only time it was hard. It was like that first few days, and I'm like reading on forums and on Twitter, and I'm like, oh man, it looks good. And I had the demo. It's funny. I think EA Sports releases that EA Play thing where you can play a 10-hour demo if you're part of EA Play, which I am. And I love EA Play because I can get like FIFA for free and games like that. Games I'll play, but I don't really play a ton of, like NHL. But it kind of backfired on him, at least for me, because I played the demo and I'm like, I don't like this game. I don't think it's very good. And I did not buy it, and I have not regretted it. Literally, and that's not like I'm trying to like prove a point or make a soundbite. Like, I have not regretted it one bit. The stuff I'm reading sounds so frustrating. How you can't even add like a 30-second team to your online franchise, and anyway, very frustrating. Yeah, PGA Tour 2K23 is tons of fun. We have a society going on under Sim Sports Gaming. Quick little plug there. Check that out if you have not. I need to play. I've only played round 1 of this week's tournament. NBA 2K23 is awesome. It's probably the best sports game I've played in a long time. Really, really solid. So again, free agency. I do think this needs a little bit of work. I'd like to see teams be a little bit more active here. Because like I don't want to go through and see like, well, what teams need to sign this guy? Like, are there injuries? Like, is a team going to ever be like, you know? Let's see. As I look around the league, we have injuries are pretty low. I can tell you this right now. This needs to be bumped up big time if you want something realistic. Of course, my Detroit Lions have the most injuries. That seems about realistic. And I like that they have a guy named Bad Luck, basically B-Luck. Yep. He's a Lion, or he's a Detroit football player at least. Brendan Luck. Bad Luck. I like it. Let's see. Yeah, there are not very many injuries here. 8 weeks, broken leg. Fair enough. Yeah, there's not a ton here. Did we see all the teams yet? There we go. I think that's all of them. Yeah, they definitely increased that. But yeah, like I guess I'm curious, like, will teams go and sign players? Can I see other teams' depth charts? I can. Nice. Does it let me change? I'm just trying to break stuff, so I can't change their depth chart. That's cool. I can change our team, obviously. I'm curious. Like, I'm gonna flip through and just see, like, are there any teams like starting a like younger quarterback, for instance? Like, so I'm looking at overalls. Like, is there a backup who is rated better? I'm gonna guess not. I mean, that would be a whole extra level. And to be fair, that's something Madden has now, which is pretty cool. Like, they have their kind of like the player rules and that sort of thing. These guys got some quarterbacks. This is like back when they had Cousins and RG3 or something. That's pretty cool. I just love like generated players. They're so fun. This guy's 6'6", 203. Dane Brown, Austin Thornton. Very, very cool. Just looking at kind of the makeup here. See, I want to see if there's a quarterback who's like starting above. And again, the beauty is, like, I just wonder how accurate these are. I'm going to guess here that they're pretty accurate, but the beauty is, like, if you go in and edit a player, because I did look at this, it's numbers, right? I mean, this is how games are built, right? Games are built through coding, they're built through numbers, right? So, but I love that we don't have numbers visible unless you go in and really look for it yourself, right? If I click on him, well, it's not letting us do anything here, but let's just say I go in here, player contracts, and I click on him. Again, it's all just ratings. I'm sure somewhere I can probably edit this guy, but you know, for now, I love it. I look, because like, what does B plus mean, right? Is that 83 to 85, or is that 82 to 91? Like, I have no idea what that means, and I love it. I just love that there's range, because you could have two guys who both have throwing power B+, but one guy could be like 4 or 5 points difference, or whatever the range is. I think it's great. The more Fog of War options you can have, the better. And I'm not somebody who's like hardcore, is like, oh, you need to turn all that stuff off completely. Use all stats. Like, I think that's a little hardcore. I mean, unless this is like your full-time job to like manage a team in Access Football, which I don't think it is for anybody. That's just not really practical or realistic. So anyway, let's simulate to the end of the year. We're gonna completely have the worst ever draft, right? But let's just kind of rip through here. Orlando. Oh God, we're 0-8, guys. Hey, we got our win, 1-9. What is going on here? Luckily, or wait, are we in? We're in. Yeah, we're already in tier 3. So luckily, we at least we can't be demoted. And we're going to get the first pick in the draft, I'm guessing. Yeah, we're 12th. Oh, yeah, we're 12th by a... Or no, sorry, that's 4th place. Let's say we're 12th by a mile. Okay. Yeah, that was not a good season. We're going to have the first pick in the draft. So let's look around, though. Let's just kind of see some like league leaders and see how this all looks. So QB rating. Again, I don't exactly know if this is like straight up the QB rating that we've had in the NFL for a long time. If so, I'd say these are a little low. Total passing yards, again, these are 16 game seasons, right? So you got to think back a few years. This looks good. Passing touchdowns look good. Completion percentage, yeah, pretty good. Maybe a tick low, but I'm okay with those. Passing yards per game seems fine. I mean, again, just kind of looking here, it matched up pretty well. Yards per completion, those look good, actually. Quarterbacks throw deep in simulated games. Those are pretty high. Let's see. I mean, even our bad team, yeah, these are quite high. Notice, so there's 37 quarterbacks, so that tells me injuries have to go up, right? That tells me only one team had a backup quarterback playing all season long. And that's something I wanted to just take a look at. So, but I'm assuming their sliders work, so I'm not terribly worried about that. Attempts, completions, interceptions. What is this? For the amount thrown? Holy cow, who is Chicago's quarterback? Look at that, like, drop. 18. Let's see who the most is. So 30, yeah, 25. So notice you don't have like Madden interception numbers of like, oh, I threw 50 interceptions, but that's okay. I still won MVP. That's not happening here, which is great. Very cool. Rushing leaders, 1870 again, 16 game schedules here. And let's see, touchdowns look good. Let's see, my stomach is growling on microphone probably. So yards per carry, yards per game. Oh, wait, yards per carry look ridiculous. What is going on here? Now, this might be like... Well, let's see how many guys there are. There's not many guys getting carries either. A few backups. But there's like legit, some teams never handed the ball off to... Well, I guess that's not true. They might have had lower averages. We'll have to look at that. That could be a little strange. A lot of players, no fumbles. Fair enough. Receiving yards, touchdowns. So like most of the stats look good. There's a few things I'd like to kind of go in and just see. Tackles look good, sacks look good, interceptions look yeah, pretty good. Maybe a tad high. These look good. Tackles for losses look good. Yeah, I mean I mean this is very minor if we're looking for things to tweak. Again, you have a kicker here who never missed, but was he like a backup kicker? Like the Lions have had like 70 kickers this year, so no, it doesn't look like it. So this guy didn't miss a kick all season long, but maybe he's on a team that scores a ton of touchdowns. So we have to get more context with some of this stuff here. Let's see. Yeah, only, and they do have extra points from the whatever it is, the 20 or wherever they kick them from now. So that's in there. Return leaders. Good. I like you don't have a ton of return touchdown. I returned a kickoff in the second game I played, just kind of testing it out. Punt return touchdowns. Rhodes 3. He looks like a pretty good player. Let's see. All right, so let's back out then, and I want to go. Like, can I just see like? Can I only see leaders? Like, I want to see like sortable stats. Oh yeah, I love that it keeps like all your team records, right? So you have like individual records, game, season, all time. These will be so cool as you like play more season. And like Madden doesn't have this. Why? Why? They give us this stupid new feature they call like, oh, you can your season recap. It shows who won the MVP and who won the Super Bowl. Get the hell out of here. Get your head out of your ass, Madden. It's so bad. Like, is this complicated to put in a game? Like, no. This is nice. This looks clean. It doesn't need to be flashy. This is a really nice, simple, clean screen. It shows me what I want to know. I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm glad I didn't buy Madden this year. Wasting my time. So let's see. Gosh, I do want to see, though. Again, I would like to see sortable stats, and that is probably a little bit of a bigger thing. You're talking about databases that are pretty big, but it's here, right? This information's here, but I just wonder. Again, I don't know. It's a way, and I'm certainly not making accusations, but it is a way you can kind of hide issues with your stats engine by not putting this out in the open a little bit more. So like again, these are. Which tier are we in here? This is tier 2. Okay, so like here's our tier. Oh gosh, this team had a ton of passing yards. Tier 1. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I see. So you can do the whole league here. That's cool. My goodness. Like, it's interesting, these outliers. Like, we had that one, Chicago's quarterback who only threw 1 interception. Arizona's quarterback threw for 6,400 yards? Like, what the hell? That's crazy. See, like, I want to... Okay, so sort... So you can sort orders here. It's interesting. You can't do it on, like, other screens, though. Gosh, that's wild. But I really, really want to see... player stats. I'm, like, obsessed with trying to find this now. Where would you be? Where would you be? Team rankings. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, we're going to simulate the playoffs. I can't seem to find... season summary, there's nothing to click on there. Awards, rookie of the year. That's a hell of a rookie year. Yeah. Okay, so let's simulate the playoffs here. Okay, so here's the offseason. Again, pretty simple. You can see the teams that, at least in this tiered system, who have been promoted and demoted. So one team goes up, one goes down. Again, that would be cool if that was editable. I would like to edit the playoffs to be smaller in Tier 1. I would actually probably like to promote and demote 2 teams, maybe. I would also like to maybe have some flexibility over the... sorry, my stomach is going crazy. I would like to have some... what do you want to call it? I would like to be able to determine how the draft works a little bit more, like between the tiers. Some flexibility there. And again, that's if I use the tier system. I don't know if it will. I think the tier thing is really cool, but it's probably something I'd like to see them tweak. And maybe in next year's game or in a patch or something, I would start using that more. So let's see. So what does the off season look like? I'm looking one more time just by chance, like those stat things show up. So like league leaders, I mean, this is what I want to see. I can switch positions. I can click into here, but that's like all you can do. I mean, I guess these are sortable stats, I guess, technically, right? It's just wild to me that, like, how did only 50... I mean, I must only show you the top 50, clearly. Like, there's clearly more than 50 people in the league caught a pass. Or had more than 1 reception yard, right? So, yeah, I guess it's just not showing you those kind of bottom ones, and that's fine. I can live with that. Just stuff like that kind of helps me with, like, when I set my settings or sliders and things like that. So, team morale, as you can expect, down pretty low. Pretty bad team. I really like that logo. It's pretty cool. Injuries, we talked about. I mean, yeah, absolutely going to need to bump this up. To be fair, you know, this is default. We didn't mess with anything. I don't think we can... Can you not mess with settings? Let's see. Maybe because we're in the off-season? But hopefully you can adjust settings as you play. Anyway, so player progression is actually the first thing that happens here. And it's, again, pretty straightforward. It kind of reminds me of NCAA 14. You can see that we had Diego Estrada. He's 25. He's the only player that actually had really anything here with our quarterbacks. His throwing power went up to an A, which is great. He's got a pretty nice arm. It'd be fun to play with. So again, you can see some guys went down. This guy's 31, so Jake Poole. It's kind of hit that 30-year-old wall as a running back, just like you would in real life. Brad Garcia, another bowling ball of a running back here, 5'8", 229. These are amazing. Like, I kind of love the sizes of some of these guys. Allie Graves, just must be muscular dude, 5'9", 206. Good stuff. But his speed went up to an A, so he'd be a fun guy to play with there, Brad Garcia. This team's not... I don't understand why this team's so bad. They're terrible. Got two good... I mean, I'm assuming B is okay, right? Got decent... I mean, our offensive line looks pretty bad. So maybe that's what we do with this first pick here. Not a whole lot to write home about there. I mean, this guy looks good. Bo Robbins. 5'10", 315. Like, center of gravity on this dude. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Another good player down here. Kind of like your 3-4 defensive end. 6'7", 293. This guy's a monster. This guy's good too. One technique defensive tackle there. Whew. Decent at linebacker. No, like, game changers. Secondary is, again, not bad. But this is all DBs, right? So it's like, this isn't just corners. So yeah, defensive, well, you got some guys down here. Again, just looking at overalls. I don't know, to me, you gotta go offensive line with this team. But that's player progression, that's really all it is. Can we see other teams? You can't. So it looks like you can only see your team there, but that's okay. Again, a little bit more fog of war. I don't look at that as a bad thing. Not a single player. Oh, I guess this is just our team. So yeah, nobody retired. No one on the staff retired. But again, it would be cool to see, like, what about around the league? Like, if there's a guy who's just been killing me, it'd be kind of cool to see if they were retiring. So again, really, really subtle adjustments in my opinion. Scouting, 360, yeah, so we have these maxed out obviously at 12, which we probably should scout again really quick. We'll do scouting one more time here. So let's see, we talked about offensive line. Anybody here in the B range? Nope. We need some offensive line. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to take Dane McGee, I can tell you this right now. I don't care if we need line or not, we'll get that guy later. Ooh, maybe Kendrick Sanchez though, let's scout him again. So he's an A+. Oh, we're going to have a decision to make here. Let's scout these guys. So he stayed a C. I'll leave him alone for now. Okay. Couple good linemen there. Oh yeah, so he's out. Oh my gosh, so this is why it's important to scout throughout the season, right? Let's see. We could probably use another defensive back, sure. But he fell way down. But again, even just getting a little scouting on these guys, it's very helpful. He falls down. Got one more point with this scout. I'm pretty sure we're going to go receiver with that. This guy just looks too good. I just want to see how he simulates. I don't know. What should we pick here? I guess we'll take a look at him. So that wasn't good. We got 3 points here. I think we're okay at quarterback. Sure, let's do linebacker. Let's do... Yeah, that linebacker is not looking great. It's tough to know, like, do I use 3 points on a guy, or like do you just do the second? Like, we saw a guy jump up. It's like legit a tough call. Leave running back alone. Big believer in just kind of plug and play running backs. Like, I don't really know if it does me any good to only have, like... Well, I don't know. We're gonna, at least we'll know with the second round or something like that. Okay. And then this guy's got 3 points. I'm a huge believer in good defensive linemen, so... Yeah, let's use our points there. So he's not looking good. Flip back here. He's not looking great, but not terrible. And then we'll get a second read on this guy, or first read on him. So, okay. So we at least use our scouting reports. And then the draft, I mean, it's kind of what you'd expect. I'm just checking chat here. Hey, Razor. Haven't seen you in a while. Razor, this is the first time I've ever played Access. So he asked, how is it this year? Any big improvements? It seems like it. The stuff I've read and have heard about is some big improvements, but this is the first day I've ever played this game. And I'm impressed. And we haven't even gotten into gameplay, which again, it's not going to look like Madden. But I just think it's fun. I think it's really cool. It's got a lot of elements of like Super Mega Baseball that I like, but it's of course nowhere near as this is much more like of a realistic kind of setup. Super Mega Baseball is a very realistic game, surprisingly. But again, it's just kind of, you know, a little cartoonish as well. So we're going to start the draft. We have the first pick here, Orlando. So it says skip to our pick, but that's really us. I like that there's no timer for my pick. There are timers for others. So, but again, you can't sort by all, which I find interesting. We have a DB at A. I mean, this guy's good, guys. A+ coverage. I mean, what else do you want from a guy? A+ awareness. He can also tackle. He's in great shape. I mean, he's got a lot of A+, but I don't think we actually scouted him thoroughly, did we? So, like, can I see, like, Okay, so does yellow mean we've scouted him, I'm guessing? But, like, it doesn't tell you how much. Oh, yeah, I see there. On the right-hand side, scouted player yellow. But, like, it doesn't show you how well you scouted. So, again, for better or worse, I'm kind of okay with that. It's interesting. There are a lot of, like, A-plus players that, like, just didn't even show up as, like, options for us to scout. And you know what? I know why. Because we didn't change our... You have to change, like, your view of, like, your top 3, like, team needs. Because they won't show up. So as you're seeing, there's a lot of guys here, and if we took this more seriously, we'd have done a better job, but there are a lot of dudes here who we just don't know a lot about. But to me, it's going to come down to him, or him, because we have these guys scouted. This guy's got A+ speed, A+ awareness, A+ awareness, endurance, and agility. My only concern is, again, just not even undersized, he's a bit of a bowling ball for wide receiver. Offensive line, this guy's also a little undersized. A+ blocking, A+ awareness. Whew, it's a tough call. I mean, we gotta go with this guy, right? It's just too fun. We're gonna go Dane McGee. Let's see where that lineman goes next. So, let's see. I like the little sound effect. Again, real subtle, but nice. Ooh, Hendrik Sanchez went second. I hope we didn't mess up. We had him fully scouted, though, and notice it showed him as an A+. And yeah, I think that's what it was, right? So here's another A+. We didn't even see this guy, so defensive lineman there. I like that it shows the areas of need. Very cool. It doesn't look like you can make, like, trades here. Can I pause this? I can slow it way down. Whoops. Carl Allen, there goes that DB. So we're, you know, pretty close there. Okay, so 30, that just changes the clock. I don't see a way... So it's still showing punter and kicker. Offensive line, it wants us to upgrade. Man, see, it's still showing that running back over the quarterback, which is interesting. Team summary, it just shows the one, but we have 7 picks. I won't bore you by scrolling down there. I mean, even Madden makes this really hard to find, like an actual draft summary. Pretty cool. What I want to know is the clock actually... So the clock actually stops. How cool is that? So like as I scroll through here, the clock will stop. Now again, maybe that's not good, but I actually it restarted, right? It completely restarts. So that's pretty cool. I actually don't mind that. This logo, like, this is very Purdue looking. I'm surprised they were able to put this one in. Alright, let's... Ooh, did it literally just skip us right to our pick? Jump back into the draft. Yeah, it did. Okay, so we can just do a real quick draft summary. I mean, we didn't look at these guys too closely. Jamie Warner, that quarterback, went to Las Vegas at 16. Trenton Lacey wasn't he that tight end? Yeah, the tight end, number 18 to Louisville. All right, cool. Cool. There's a lot of stuff to look at here. Love that you can just see how bad our team was. Points allowed, we were the worst. Or I guess not the worst, because there's 36 teams, right? 32nd. We were dead last in rushing yards. Maybe we should have picked that one of the offensive linemen, but I don't know. You could also say we're dead last because we're passing the ball, right? Let's see who we got here. Got one quarterback and running back that kind of stand above the rest. A couple more receivers. I think we're going to probably have to go offensive line here. And there's a few. We haven't scouted any of these guys, though. Wouldn't mind getting a defensive lineman. He was that huge guy we were scouting. Is anybody else scouted? Or, like, really noticeable? Yeah, let's go with that defensive lineman. Alright. Now, it doesn't show us our pick, but I guess over here, draft summary. So A plus, let's see, round 2, ooh, C plus. So yeah, he came in a little bit worse than we thought. And I would probably make a rule for myself of like, don't look at these grades until like after the draft or something. Okay, let's skip to our next pick and just see what's out there. I think we're done with all of our scouted players. We got some C pluses, more good defensive linemen, potentially. I mean, it's the 3rd round, so I'm still about just taking best available. See if any of these guys have like this is break block, so that's going to be obviously a pretty important rating. But none of these guys really have a great break block or speed or agility. So I don't know. I am going to pass on those guys. I think we're going to roll the dice on a C plus something here. We really need some offensive line. B plus blocking. I like that. Yeah, let's go. This guy's so undersized, though. Oh my goodness. So undersized. But kept saying earlier how that shouldn't really matter too much, right? Gosh, I don't know. I'm just looking at some of these like sub ratings beneath the overall just to see if there's anything that kind of pops. B coverage. These guys aren't too bad. 6'5", 214. Who are these freaks, man? 6'5", 185. These guys should be in NBA 2K. 6'2", 206. That's a nice strong safety there. Fitness B. But see, like, none of these ratings. He's got a good coverage rating. He's 6'5". Like, what do I do with this guy? These guys are just massive. Complete freaks. So this is the size you want on a corner here. 5'10", 185. He's got good coverage. Screw it. Let's roll a dice on this guy. Let's see how Glenn Ward comes out. So we have him as a C. We're going to reach here and see how that turned out. Nope. Didn't turn out great. Fair enough. Keep going with the draft here. Let's skip to our next pick. Okay. Anybody have a good arm? Not really, right? It's kind of one or the other. Okay, that's fine. I'm over quarterbacks. Got some running backs with some speed. Receiving backs would be fun. Fumble? I'm guessing that's like anti-fumbling, hopefully. Tight ends. C plus. Let's go here with gosh, look how tiny this guy is. Trevor Kennedy. Whatever. Let's see how we did. Trevor Kennedy here. Hey, that's a good pick. Not too bad. All right. Skip to the next pick. Let's grab a quarterback with a strong arm. Let's just see how he looks here. Lawrence Ray. Sounds good. Alright, so he's a career backup. That's okay. Oh, that was the draft? Or no, sorry. There we go. So let's grab a running back now. Speed, not much else. Speed, not much else. I don't think there's anybody with agility. Oh, I don't know. Anybody else can block? These guys look terrible, though. These linemen are huge. Like, the defensive linemen are too big, and the offensive linemen are too small. Ooh, I like this guy. Plus Kuechly is the last name, and that's always good for a linebacker. He's huge, 6', 268. This guy could be an edge rusher for sure. B plus awareness, B plus tackling. This guy's got even better tackling. Logan Waters. This guy looks like a monster, though. Break block. That's going to be good against the run. Again, pretty bad. Yeah, let's try this guy. Let's see how he turns out. Ooh, not bad. we've done all right here in the 4th and 6th round. Again, looking for those like outlier stats, I guess. What round is this here? I might grab a kicker. This is the 7th round. Yeah, let's roll the dice on William Witten. 6'4", 203 kicker. This guy's a monster too. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they need to tighten up a little bit the player sizes at certain positions. That would be my recommendation. So that's our draft. We have to see what this guy looks like in a season. We got to see how many receiving yards he's able to put up or whatever. Player contracts. So this is an area I still don't know a ton about, but basically you have the option to go through any player that's on your team and basically sign them to an extension. So if I click this guy, he still has a year left, right? So it's not letting me do anything here. But it shows us here because it's helpful, right? It can kind of show you kind of your depth. So really, all we're able to do here, again, because I don't think I can do, I can't do anything with these guys. I think we just checked him, yeah. So, but, you know, for the rookies here, so we'd have to kind of look and see. I mean, this guy's not even going to make the team, honestly. He's 21, and none of these guys are, like, super young. I guess you could save some money by getting rid of, say, like this guy. Yeah, alright, we'll sign him up here. What's the lowest I can go? Wait, why did it change to 5? So I can do 3, but if I click to the left, it goes to 5? That's weird. Well, I guess we'll offer him 3. And it looks like he signed it. So yeah, that's good savings there. Now, can I release this guy? Yeah, we can, and we're going to do that. We will release him. Are you sure you want to release this player? Releasing him will refund 50%, also require 30% payout. Okay, refund amount. So we'll save about, oh geez, we're not saving much, huh? Well, what about if we, yeah, it's going to probably be the same thing with this guy, right? Yeah, even less. We don't want to cut our starter. Oof, I don't know. I really want to roll with 4 quarter. What happens if you try to release our rookie? Obviously wasting money. Yeah, we'll just leave him for now. So again, we can go through. I don't think we need to re-sign him. These are all fine. Definitely got to make sure we sign Dane McGee, and I don't think I can go any lower. Oh yeah, we can. Okay. I don't know. What? Like, can we piss him off? What happens if I offer him something really low, like 4 million or something? 4 million for 4 years, my friend. What do you say? My client would like a higher salary. Okay. How about 4.56? Okay. Can you help me out, maybe? Higher salary. Like, can you just keep doing this forever and ever? Maybe a good house rule is to, because it doesn't look like you can, like, piss him off or anything. Can only sign. So, okay, we got him under contract. Who are these other guys? This guy's good. We want him back. Let's just give him... So wait, he was making 5.64. How about if I go to, like, 7.5? That's fair, right? No. How about 8? How about 8.5? Okay, there we go. So they'll take a little discount. Do we need this guy? Nope. Probably okay just letting... He's pretty good, though. If he takes... I don't know. Yeah, 1.7. That seems fair. Fair enough. Let's just go now and just sign all. That's fine. Again, not something I would recommend. I don't know why I'm still in this menu. It looks like I can just back out of here. And so it just kind of spits you out then to the next season. And this is where, again, I would recommend going in and just looking for like the top free agents at a position and just getting them signed. Like what I'll probably do is if any team has interest, I will probably just try to get them signed, at least if they're like, say, a C+ or higher or something. But like here, Gustavo Smith is an A+, and it's always Green Bay and Carolina. They are really active teams. Carolina and Baltimore. Carolina and Baltimore. Oops, that's the same guy, sorry. Carolina and Baltimore. Interesting. Eli Cooper, Green Bay and Carolina. So, like, they're going to have, like, loaded teams, though, if you do this, right? But, like, there's no other way to do free agency. It's interesting. So, like, you kind of have to do free agency at, like, week 1 of the regular season, or however you want to do it. But, you know, that's kind of the gist of it. Let's go play a game here. I have no idea what this team is. I just want to throw that receiver who's crazy fast, and we're just going to completely spam it. But that's okay. Let's just make sure he's playing. QB, oops. Wide receiver. Dude, where's my guy at? Why is he not playing? Where is he? His name was Dane something, right? Why is he not showing up? We signed him. Like, I'm certain we signed him. But I don't understand where he went. Is there like a wide receiver 2 or something? We're on the right team. I don't know where he went. This is strange. He's on the team, but like, why wouldn't he show up? And like, more importantly, why isn't he starting? And what happens with like AI teams? Are there teams like this? He's not hurt. Or, well, I mean, I guess we could check. I don't think he's hurt, no. Oh, is he on the practice squad? What the hell? Why is he on the practice squad? Oh, probably because I re-signed everybody, right? So that's probably just a glitch with that. Well, obviously, whatever. Let's just cut somebody. Yeah, we're gonna cut you, dude. Sorry. Thanks for your service there. Yeah, we just want to get him on the roster. So, is there any other rookie? Maybe some decent rookies, though. Like, we gotta get him on the team, so we're gonna free up a few more spots. I have 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So yeah, Dane McGee is gonna go on the team. We're gonna cut a few more players here. Like, we don't need 2 kickers. And I guess the kicker I drafted is not as good. So kick accuracy D+ versus B+. Oops. No, it's kind of like pick your poison, right? Do you want accuracy or distance? But I guess I want accuracy, truthfully. But I don't know, he's only 20. Screw it, let's go with the guy we picked. So he's gone, we need a couple more. You look bad, we're gonna get rid of you. Oh, whatever. Just give me somebody who looks not good. You are off the team. So long. Alright, let's go sign our guys off the practice squad. You're on the team. You're on the team. You're on the team. I think that's it. Yeah, I'm good at everything else. Now, was it smart enough to put those guys in? Like, let's see if a linebacker here. I can't remember who they are now. Okay, so Kuechly is a B. He wouldn't necessarily start over these guys, and that's okay. Again, I'm just really curious, like, how smart the game is, right? So, was Elliott Webster a guy we picked? I can't remember. 22. You can put linebacker in those spots. Trevor Kennedy was the guy we drafted. So he's a B. But he's not starting. That's interesting. I wonder why he's not starting. Like, they must have like internal ratings or something that says like, well, no, this guy's gonna be better at this position, because like he should be starting over one of these guys, right? I don't know. Anyway, always curious how a game works. Let's just jump in. Oh, by the way, I wanted to see like, can we adjust any settings? It's weird that you can't adjust anything like once you're into a season. Like, never ever ever. It's like, what if something gets patched and you want to kind of work around that? I thought you could like edit. Like, I know in here we'll have a menu that we can do some stuff with. We got a pretty good defense. Yeah, thanks, Razor. I just saw your comment. He was indeed on the practice squad. So I love this here, by the way. This expert picks. These are fun. So we have a 23% chance of winning. So that's not good. But hey, 2 of the guys actually picked us. So that's cool. Danny and Joe. Thanks, guys. I got it, just Danny, Dave, James. Like, who are they? Are they like from the networks, or like, is this from Twitter? Is this like my next door neighbor? Like, who are these people? I like it. I just think it's funny. So okay, so yeah, that's how we want that. We need to adjust some of these things though. We're gonna go all-star. Okay, that's fine. So wait, I can't adjust like penalties and stuff? Like, we need to bump some stuff up for sure, but it looks like after you start you can't. I'm surprised. Alright, jumping into gameplay. First time. Well, first time on the stream. First time I'm playing on All-Star. We'll see how this goes.
Hello and welcome to Buffalo, New York.
Nice, I like the
Stevens,
snow.
here with
I like how it's snowing in week 1 in
Mike
Buffalo.
Well, Dave, should be in for a real treat today.
The
Got
damn
a
lake
group of
effect.
College kids in front of us, already a few too deep, with the letters painted on their bellies, but they can't get in the right order. So if the game fails, I'm sure they will entertain us at least.
So can I adjust
Mike,
things in here?
This before.
Here we go.
Mike,
Okay, so at least you can go in here and adjust some
how
stuff.
this
So like,
weather situation unfolds.
what's the most you can do? 30? I mean, penalties in games weren't bad. And I guess you don't actually see them anywhere outside of... Like, you don't see the number of penalties a team's being called for. At least I didn't see it. Maybe in team stats. We want all this stuff on for sure. Game speed, like injury frequency, like this needs to go definitely up. But like for simulated games, right? I think all this other stuff I'm okay with. Again, I'll try this aim thing. It was hard. I think it's neat. I'm gonna actually play this, D-Man. Oh, so here's yeah. So can we do? Yeah, it doesn't look like you can do a side camera, but that's okay. So by the way, did you hear the announcer's voice? Do you guys recognize who that is? I don't know his name, but it's the announcer from NFL 2K5, I'm pretty sure. And even the color guy kind of sounds like the same guy. I'm pretty sure he's different, but the play-by-play is the NFL 2K5 guy. Like, I'm 99% sure it's him.
McGee kicks it. The kick is caught at the 19-yard line.
Oh, I just froze up. I got stuck in a block.
With our sideline reporter,
Like they had the 5-3 defense. The Lions are playing some of that this week in real life.
Mike, the snow has created some ugly football here today. The wind chill's around freezing, and you can see that the players are feeling every single hit. I don't think any of them will be terribly upset when this game ends and they can head back to the warm locker room.
Emma, thank you.
I'm curious if the weather impacts anything.
Go! Guzman with the handoff. Tackled near the line. Third down. Well, it looks like we've got an injured player on the field.
Oof. No, that worked out.
Quickly around the 38-yard line. That brings up fourth down.
They're running
showed some wisdom in football
Lions offense there, running the ball on like 3rd and 13 or whatever it was.
To fight another day.
Guys, we're gonna totally spam it. We're gonna totally spam this receiver.
Garcia takes the punt. The runner breaks out of
Ooh,
the tackle.
holy cow.
Makes the return up to the 47-yard line.
All right. Oh, I don't know what number he is, though. Forgot to look. Let's do a handoff, and we'll just see if we can see where he's on the field. He's a white guy, right? So is it the guy on the left? It must be.
Go! Pitching it off to number 48.
Ooh, good grief.
And he steps out up at
This is the longest run I've had in this game.
First down.
Since I started playing.
Back-to-back first downs really has an impact.
So I think he's number 89, maybe? We're just going to run this ace. Let's see. We can see the names. No, he's not out there. Why is he not here? Yeah, whatever. We'll get him in the game.
Estrada back to pass. Tosses the ball. And he misses his mark.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Inaccurate passing. I actually love that. Can I do depth chart here? Depth chart. Why is our dude not in the game? Are you crazy? Where is he? So the game's a little confusing sometimes with some of this stuff. Like, is he way down here? Did we accidentally leave him on the practice squad or something? Anybody know? I just don't know what happened here, but anyway, it's okay. This is why we're practicing.
Second down.
I'm such a video game coach. We had a huge run, wide open play, and I'm like, nah, we'll just keep passing. Who wants to do that?
He steps back to pass. Tosses a pass.
Yikes.
That will bring up third down.
All right, let's see how the goal line running works here.
Pitching it off to number 48.
Oh my god, this guy's a beast.
Touchdown!
He's probably one of those like 5'3", 289 running backs or something.
That allowed the runner to
That dude is a
shoot
beast.
right into the end zone for the touchdown. Go.
McGee on the kick. And it's good. Orlando striking first. 7-0.
The home team gives up the first touchdown of the game, but will get a chance to even things up on this next drive.
The kick's away.
Hey, wait a second. McGee's kicking.
Taken.
Did you guys see that?
18,
it's a white guy named McGee kicking. Hang on a second.
33.
What the hell?
It's a one-score game, Dave. You have to feel good about your chances here. If you're
Why is
the
he kicking?
offense. Let's see how they execute.
Access football. Come on now. Gotta get this stuff right. Where is my kicker? Like, do I have to like dress guys? Did I like not dress a kicker or something? Well, I don't know. Whatever, he can kick. Because I want my receiver to play receiver. I mean, call me crazy. There he is, Dane McGee. Yeah, whatever. You can go in for this guy. Alright, so he's number 13. That's what we're looking for. Oh my gosh. This is stressful. But yeah, that's kind of strange.
Steps into the pocket. And it's off.
It's so crazy to have the NFL 2K guy.
Second play of the drive.
Or someone who sounds exactly like him.
Go! He makes the throw
Pick it.
along the right side. The pass falls harmlessly to the ground. Let's see what the call is on third down.
Ooh, man, super sensitive. Like, I'm barely touching the,
And
Nice.
he misses his mark.
How is this Orlando team so bad?
He punts it away.
Oh yeah, so that's one thing I've noticed is like you have to.
Garcia takes the kick.
Oh my
The
gosh!
runner breaks out of the tackle.
If the
Yeah,
offense
Buffalo's
can get
angles
another
are
score
just
in this drive here,
horrendously
it will
bad.
Really put the pressure on.
So we're looking for number 13. I'm so spamming this. Just go along. Levels divide, that's fine. Oops, what did I just do here? What's going on? Alright, McGee. See you run.
Drops back into the pocket.
Oh, wow.
He sets up and throws way down the field.
Alright, well, I think we picked a good one.
That's one way to rack up fantasy points. You get a lot of passing yards, receiving yards, and a touchdown all in the same play.
The kick is made.
That's quite the start to your NFL career where you're actually the number 1 overall pick in the draft. You are kicking the ball off until the coach notices that you're kicking the ball off after the second kickoff and then says, wait a second, we should put you at receiver. And now I look like a brilliant coach.
Boots it.
But that's why it worked. We hit him at kicker. That was a brilliant strategy.
The home team needs to get something going on this drive.
This drive will begin from the 37-yard
This feels harder. Like when I was playing on Pro, it was like harder than this.
Pitches it out
like,
to number 23.
Bam. John McDaniel. 3
Buffalo will operate
receivers
from the gun.
This I don't quite understand. Like, oh, I see. So focus on discipline and awareness. Focus on man and zone. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think we're good with balanced.
Dropping back. Finds a target. Dodging the defender. Forced out of bounds. Up at the 47.
So sensitive.
Guzman looking to pass. He sends
oh,
one.
Man. I don't know how to intercept.
85.
I didn't know a button to push.
Steps in for 6.
That was fun.
Saw a gap in the coverage and made a break straight for the end zone.
Is there... So again, I do like the way this game's organized. It's really easy to find stuff, so I can go over here and just go to defense on the active play. I don't even know. So jump. Okay, that's what I tried to do. I tried to press triangle. I probably took too long. Like, do they just automatically try to intercept it? I mean, I think that's actually pretty cool.
Eggleston makes the kick. And it's good. Buffalo reclaims some lost ground. 14-7.
At this point, Dave, it's up to the offense to regain control of this game by chewing the clock or scoring points.
Like, did we legit draft
Garcia
the next Randy Moss here, who's 5'9"?
And he's brought down after a return of 14.
The away team comes into this drive with a 1-possession lead. I'm looking for them to try and take a chunk of time off the clock and grab another score.
That was quite an impressive route. And there was a safety back there, too. It didn't even matter.
Lowe takes the ball. Second down.
Yeah, let's do a bunch here. See if we can get... You know who. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, let's do a little play-action dig here and just see if you can get separation right to left.
Estrada back to pass. Estrada fakes the handoff and looks to pass.
He was wide open again, but I threw it to the wrong guy.
We'll see if that holds up after the penalty.
Penalty on the defense for what? Oh, face mask. Yeah, we'll
Orlando accepts the penalty.
Discipline goes a long way when it comes to avoiding costly penalties.
1st and 10. Estrada back to pass. Zings it.
Oops.
And it's off.
See him run a double move here.
He steps back to pass.
Where is he going? He didn't run the right route, but he's wide open again.
Makes the reception.
So that's interesting. Like, is that like an awareness thing? Like, he did not run the right route. There's no replay. He was supposed to run kind of like an out and up, and he just bolted straight across the field. I mean, he was open, I guess. He might be too good.
He takes the ball.
Oof, all right, there we go. Good to see the defense show up there.
Down.
Oh, what? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, we're going to totally go for this. I'm all about realism. We're going to go for this.
The offense looks like they're going for it here on 4th down.
All right, McGee, I'm going to have to throw the person who's actually open here. Sorry.
Estrada dropping back. The pass falls harmlessly to the ground.
So it seems like it's hard to like lead guys. Like I just tried to lob it, excuse me, wide open if he broke in. And I just tried to anticipate like a timing route. It didn't really let me do that well. Again, I mean, there's no mistake. Like the gameplay in Madden is going to be better than this. Like they would tell you that. I just think it's a fun alternative for sure. Ooh, my guy's just wide open.
To the sideline. That brings up a crucial 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive for Buffalo. Go! Guzman makes the handoff. 4th down.
Seems like refs don't like blow whistles. Like something sounds like it's missing, right?
Allison punts it away.
Ooh, yeah, see, I can never catch those when they somehow...
12.
Oh my gosh.
Shaking off the tackler. He steps out of bounds around the 36.
So my guys are like way too fast for some reason.
Chance to make this a 2-score game with this possession.
And I guess like most games, like speed seems like it can just kill.
Estrada dropping back. He rockets a pass.
Ooh, that took forever. Okay, that's not good.
2nd down.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be like a ref whistle. Actually, gonna try to run the ball here, see if we can get some of this yardage.
The QB heads it off. 3rd down.
Well, guess what play we're gonna do? This is the play he scored a touchdown on. That safety isn't playing.
That brings us to the end of the 1st quarter. Orlando out in front, 14-7.
Okay, let's...
Lining up with 5 DBs.
All right, ooh, that's good, because that seam route could really help here. He's going to be double covered.
Makes the throw.
Got to break the tackle.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he was covered pretty well there. Whoops. Yeah, whatever. In the snow, let's see if we can kick a 61-yard field goal.
Here's the kick.
Yeah, pretty close.
And it will fall short of the upright.
Just short.
If the offense can drive down the field and get some points here, I'd expect to see a big momentum shift in the game.
He takes the ball.
Bam. Look at that safety play. Madden, I would have missed that easily.
2nd down. He hands it to the runner.
Missed that tackle. Hey, my safety is my lucky number too. Number 47. That's pretty cool. It's like they knew.
Buffalo comes out with 2 tight ends.
Even though they were randomly generated.
He takes the ball. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th down and short.
Oh, they're going for it. How do I call timeout?
Orlando will call timeout.
So is there a way to know like what they're coming out in? Oh yeah, at the top there. Okay, so yeah. So you know if they're
Buffalo
not punting.
lines up with 1 back in the backfield.
Oh, jeez. Very sensitive.
Passes a pass close to the line of scrimmage.
Oh my
near the
gosh,
middle
that
of
looked
the
like a
field.
Lions fourth down
First
conversion
down.
attempt.
That was a
The most
gutsy
stressful
call, Dave.
1
I'm sure
yard
the coach is taking a few
pass.
sighs of relief after that one.
First down.
You say first downed with like a D at the end? First downed.
The QB
sounded
heads
like.
it off. That will bring up second down.
Let's go dime.
Second down for Buffalo.
Let's bring a blitz here. I can kind of lay off the running back and fill some gaps.
Guzman with the handoff.
Oops. I keep wanting to
And
press
that's
X
enough
for like
for a
wrap up
first down.
tackle and Madden. I still
Being
keep
able to
doing
move
it.
the ball in the running game, especially when you can pick up a first down, gives you so many options in terms on play calling. Strike.
Throws a pass
Oh, boy.
way down the middle.
Nice play.
And he steps in for 6. Touchdown.
Long touchdown passes like that are one of the most exciting ways to watch in football.
I like how he gets
It's up.
into a 3-point stance like
It's
15
good.
yards behind the line of scrimmage. I think that's actually endearing. It's pretty great.
Lining up for the
good
kickoff.
stuff. Still think it's fun. It's got to mess with some settings.
Eggleston kicks it off. Garcia takes the kickoff.
I mean, this guy, like, he can't tackle this guy. He's that
after
running
a
back.
Return of 22.
He is ridiculous. Like, who is this dude? Isn't he... Was it 46 or was that 48 who just returned that? Our fullback has ace speed. He's 5'8", 229. Oh my goodness. Who's returning kicks? Garcia, yeah, 42. So our fullback is returning kicks. He's ridiculous. He also returns punts. 5'8", 229. I mean, I just want to give him the ball all the time now. He's in goal line. Let's just give him a goal line toss and just see what he
will
can
begin
do.
the drive from the 36-yard line.
So can you like flip the play or anything? Audible. Looks like you can audible a bunch of stuff, but
Tosses one to the back.
and yeah, this guy is just gonna
Forced
obliterate
out of
everyone.
bounds, up near the 41. That will bring up first down.
Giving up those yards so quickly. Even the mascot looks frustrated
6
with
rushes,
the defensive.
58 yards. Pretty good. Ooh, if that safety creeps up, McGee is going to be scoring a touchdown here.
Estrada back to pass.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
A few near the middle of
I
the
thought
field.
McGee was.
The pass
Oh, he was.
falls
That was
harmlessly
absolute
to the
touchdown.
ground.
Easy touchdown. Let's try something like that again. Oh man, same thing. Safety's creeping up. Okay, he's R though. He's R, Mike.
He drops back.
Oh yeah.
Complete to number 13.
This dude
That
is
will
like
bring up first down.
my short Megatron.
Orlando comes out with a single back.
How did this team lose games? They're ridiculous. Yeah, no whistles. I need whistles.
Second and goal for the Rockets.
Oh, well, they don't have enough guys over there to cover. And if I just run away from that safety, who's going to be a man. So the safety would have that inside guy. So that should be, if I do DBL post, this should be a touchdown
They're
to
calling
that
an
number
audible at
12.
the line.
Ooh, the safety might be on a Cardi though. Yeah, let's just see.
Estrada drops back,
Oh, there.
rifles a pass across the goal line. He can't make the catch.
Look for the tight end here.
Estrada drops back. And he's in for the score.
Close enough.
As a receiver,
I do
when
think that
you're
was a
close
touchdown.
to the goal
Just
line,
looks a little funny.
your route running becomes even more important because the defender knows you have limited options for where you can run. Excellent job there.
It's good. Orlando will pull ahead with the
Oh
score.
my gosh, I'm only going to want to draft
14.
receivers that are just crazy
A
fast
score
now.
that puts you out in front like that is a big momentum builder.
Hunter kicks it away.
Defensive tackle's got a good leg.
Fielded at the 9-yard line. And he's
That one guy
down
just
after
standing
a
there.
return of 20.
This is a good
I've never even
position
heard of a
for
6'2".
offense to
That's
be
wild.
in. It's a one-score game, and they've got a good opportunity to go down the field and get some points.
I do like that color announcer. He's funny.
He drops back.
He enunciates everything so loud.
Guerrero grabs the ball out of the air.
Buffalo is actually playing more like my Lions. Just throws for 1 yard.
Steps into the pocket. Guzman on the play action. The receiver can't bring it in.
What down is this? 3rd and 8. Yeah.
Third play of
Spring
the
blitz.
drive for Buffalo. Guzman looking to pass. Cannon with the
Oh,
catch.
come on. I tried to knock that down even with
That will
triangle.
bring up first down.
That's a great pitch and catch for the first down.
One
Yeah,
back
let's
in the
bring a corner
backfield for
blitz.
Buffalo.
Let's pinch that line.
He steps back to pass. Throws it off to the
Oh
sideline.
my gosh. Where's my dude? Where's my guy?
He steps out of bounds.
This is not the
Kinda
type
got
of
tackled out
offense
of
you want to
bounds.
hand momentum like this to. They have some real threats on the field.
Oops.
Tackled
Wow.
quickly. Back near the 12-yard line. That gets us to second down.
4 wide.
Second and goal.
What just happened? 2-minute warning. Okay. Any whistles?
Guzman drops back. Throws it near the middle of the field. Third down. Third and goal for Buffalo. He makes the catch.
Oh, what is that?
For a touchdown.
That's a great example of a player just stepping up and making a play to get a touchdown.
It's up. And it's good.
Yeah, they do, especially Swift. Swift has had injury problems his whole career. I mean,
Out onto the field comes the kicking team.
it's just, I don't know. He's a really special player when he's healthy, but like to me, like I don't know, I'm not
Kicks it
re-signing
off.
that guy. Like he's not available.
Garcia
He's
takes
just not
the
playing.
kick. And he's brought down
Could have scored a
after
touchdown there if I
return
wasn't
of
so impatient.
17.
This McGee guy is going to be like a Hall of Famer. He's going to be ridiculous. It's all up to you, safety. If you don't play your position, it's going to be a touchdown. Yeah, cover 3. How do we run? Okay, there we go.
Looking downfield, he
got a
decides
blocker.
to keep it himself.
Madden, I would have fumbled right there.
That will bring up second down. Second down and short.
Oops, I picked the same play. I didn't mean to do that.
Uncorks this one, and he safely steps out up near the 46. Good enough for a first down.
Oh yeah.
The defense
Let's put
is
42 on the
just looking
field.
around at each other. Nobody
Any
was
screen
willing
passes?
to risk a finger to tip
I want to
that
throw a
pass,
screen
I
pass to
suppose.
42. Oh man, are there no screen passes? I need screen passes. Fullback,
The
middle
Rockets
spot. All right.
with 3 receivers.
So who's going to be on this guy? That safety, or maybe if that linebacker's on him, touchdown Garcia, 42. Period. End. Linebacker.
He flings a
He's
pass
running with them, though.
deep off
Double
to the left
coverage.
side. A flag on the play. The ball falls to the ground. Incomplete. Let's see what the call on the field is. Buffalo accepts
Keep
the
this
penalty.
formation out there. Let's
Some
see.
would argue that taking a holding penalty is better than a sack.
Now, see, what would be cool if, like, I run this corner
down.
or this comeback route, like, is the game smart enough to know, like, gosh, they keep running McGee deep, we got to stay back, like, this should then be open, or, you know, more likely to be open, I guess.
Estrada dropping back.
Ooh.
He's hit hard, and he'll be sacked down at the 22-yard line.
Well, only one thing to do here. Now let's try play action cross. Let's see.
Quarterback to pass. Orlando with the play action.
Oh my gosh. Good pressure this drive. It's good. I like to see that.
3rd and long. Estrada drops back.
Dude, he ran that wrong route again.
Doesn't seem to be able to find anyone open. And he's taken down.
So how do I
Certain
call
QBs,
timeout?
Dave, you could actually hear the ball
Do I
being
have to
released.
literally do
And I
this?
think this is
Okay.
one of those guys. He just shot the ball into the wideout.
We're on the our own 30. Oh, it's 4th and 25? Yeah, whatever. We're still going for it. We don't give a damn. I mean, we're going to throw him deep, right? I mean, this is kind of obvious. But that Miami play, he doesn't go deep. Let's try a play action. I'll go. So that's, they have like the wrong play art on that play because he just streaks across the field. Ah, delay game. Yeah. My bad.
Buffalo takes the penalty.
Still going
The
for it.
QB is the captain of the ship. He's got to get the play called, get everyone set, and take a look at the defense.
Let's see.
All before that play clock hits 0. It's a lot to do.
Yeah,
4th
tight end
and
C.
long.
Sure.
He hurls one deep down, and it's
Oh, what is that? Come on.
34.
He was wide open.
Sometimes you just have to know when a pass isn't there and throw it away.
All right, so
Defenses
halftime.
are not forgiving.
And that
What do we
brings
got?
us to the end of the
Is
second
that really the
quarter.
score? 21-21?
A tie game so far. 21-21.
Their quarterback's thrown 3 touchdowns? Why don't I remember this? I mean, it's looking pretty accurate with even the long completions when we looked at the simulated stats. Jeez, this is way up there. Defense is bad. But our rushing, though. 7 carries, 58. Wait, our fullback doesn't have any carries? I thought for sure he did. Anyway. So let's see. Penalties haven't been too bad. So I guess there are no gameplay sliders. That's interesting. I mean, it makes things a lot easier.
Buffalo.
All right,
out
maybe
to
another
kick
drive
off.
here. So starting to get a little late.
Eggleston kicks it.
Eggleston. So I want to look up like who's kicking for them. Like I just hope the AI.
The kickoff.
See, this is like super easy with a fast guy just to sweep.
Tackled after a return of 49. Let's check in with our sideline correspondent, Emma Adams. Emma, what do you have for us?
Guys, I talked with the coach for Buffalo during halftime. He described their passing as extremely lackluster and mentioned that there are some definite adjustments they'll need to be making in the locker room. Look for some changes in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Emma.
Good grief.
He safely steps out
What?
of bounds.
Didn't step
That will
out of
bring
bounds.
up first down.
Let's try
Another
some
first
play
down,
action
Dave.
pass here.
I tell you, this sets up the play action so well.
Ooh, interesting. The announcer just called it.
Estrada dropping back. The away team with the play action.
I don't know.
Still looking for a
How
receiver.
do I throw the ball away?
And he's off. And he's in for the score.
What a play! That is what football is all about.
I'm going to try this line drive kick. Like, can you score an extra point like this?
Here's the kick.
Nope.
And
All right.
it will fall short.
That's
of
literally
the
squib
uprights.
kicking.
Orlando will
Good
take
to
the
know.
lead with that score. 27-21.
All right.
Elite teams don't give up leads, Dave. If the defense wants to establish itself as a
I think I'm going to
contender
call
in
it
the
there, guys.
Axis
But
League,
yeah,
then
this
they
is
need
fun.
to
I
get
think
it
it's a really
together.
cool game. I'm excited to kind of dig more into this, and I think what I want to kind of do is like set up my just a couple of videos, kind of going over, kind of deep diving a couple of the different elements here. So that's kind of what I'm planning to do with this game. I'm actually off work tomorrow. I have a couple of doctor's appointments I'm running out to, so I just took the day off, and probably be around to do some of that tomorrow, hopefully. So, but yeah, thanks again. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like this, just kind of deep diving into sport titles. This is not a deep dive today at all. I'm really just kind of playing around. But again, I appreciate the support. I appreciate the follows, the likes, all that fun stuff. And I will see you probably tomorrow. See you then.